What's up, YouTube? T Movies here. Now, Paramount Pictures had a little not great year last year, but I gotta say, 2022 looks like it's gonna be a little better year for Paramount. Between the actor releases, even their Paramount Plus films that are scheduled to be released on Paramount Plus, etc. There are some interesting films that they do got coming out in 2022. So I'm gonna run down the list. Pretty much doing my Paramount 2022 film preview, where I talk about the new films coming out this year that are being released in 2022 from the company of Paramount. So, of course, most are also going to be Paramount Plus releases as well, so keep your eye out for them. Anyway, then of course this week I'm going to do talk about Disney movies next year, or I should say this year. Talk about Disney movies 2022, Universal, etc. So keep your eye out for those videos. All right. The first film, Universal. The first film Paramount has coming out in January is the one I'm excited for, and that is pretty much Scream. I've already talked about this a while, but I love the Scream franchise. Everything going for it. I just so much cannot wait to see this movie. It looks amazing. So fingers crossed, it won't be disappointed, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway. Also coming out in February, we got Jackass Forever, which I love the Jackass franchise, so I'm really looking forward to see where they're going to take this one. It looks intriguing. The bear scene cracks me up big time. You got Johnny Knoxville coming back. You got Steve-O. You even got Eric Andre in this. That's pretty cool. Obviously, you don't really got, the other guy, Bam Margera or anything like that, but, that's a different topic for another time. But this does look like it could be a lot of fun, so hopefully it'll be decent. All right, coming in March, we got The Lost City, starring Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum. And if you guys don't know much about this story, let me pull it up. All right, follows a kidnapping attempt, sweeps them both into a cutthroat jungle adventure, proving life can be too much stranger and more romantic than any of her paperback fiction. Now, this film is, of course, led by Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, and even stars the likes of Daniel Radcliffe, who Harry Potter himself, Brad Pitt. I mean, you got some really cool, cast members in this. The trailer I thought looked really fun. It was cool to see Brad Pitt pop up. I love Channing Tatum. Nice to see him back on screen. So I think this could be intriguing to watch. And it's really nice to see Sandra Bullock coming back. I mean, between The Unforgivable, that's on Netflix, and now this. At first, it was supposed to be a Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds team up, but instead now it's. It would have been cool to see a proposal reunion between the two, but this works out perfectly. All right, coming in April, we got Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which I am so pumped for. The first Sonic was just so awesome, so I cannot wait to see where they're going to take this new one, carrying this. So hopefully it'll be decent. We'll have to wait to see how it turns out, and hopefully maybe we'll get Sonic 3. Who knows? All right, coming in May, after a long delay, and hopefully it doesn't get delayed again, we got Top Gun Maverick, starring Tom Cruise. I mean, the original Top Gun is one of the most iconic movies of the 80s. So seeing, Tom Cruise coming back as Maverick, Val Kilmer coming back as Iceman, I'm probably going to tear up with Val Kilmer because if you guys don't know, Val Kilmer sadly has been, for years, battling throat cancer, and he came to a solution where he even has a hard time speaking. It breaks my heart every time I see Val Kilmer and stuff. I've always loved them. Batman, The Doors. Val Kilmer has always been the best. And I cannot wait to see him back in this. You do got some new additions too. Like you got Miles Teller. Who's supposed to be playing Goose's son, if I'm not mistaken. Jennifer Connelly's in this. We got Ed Harris, John Hamm. I don't know. I think this could be intriguing. So hopefully the wait will be worth it because this thing kept getting delayed a couple of times. So we'll see how it turns out. All right, now coming in July, we got an anime movie called Under the Boardwalk. That's if they don't pull a Rumble and release this thing straight to Paramount Plus. Now, this is here's what this is about. Clash with Land Crab Townies. So it's pretty much like a Paramount musical anime film. It doesn't really have a huge voice cast, As of right now, the only person who's set to be in this is Steve Bobby on The Sopranos, and he's on Blue Bloods. As of right now, he's the only voice cast in this. But I don't know. This could be intriguing. Paramount do make some really decent anime films. Sometimes they could be hit and miss, but hopefully this will be a hit for them. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Now coming in August, Secret Headquarters. Now is about. The film is directed by Project Power directors Henry Juice and Era Shulman, and it's about a kid who discovers the secret headquarters of the world's most powerful superhero hidden beneath his home and must defeat it with his group of friends when villains attack. Now this of course stars Owen Wilson, of course, coming off of Loki, Michael Pena from Ant-Man fame. This does sound like it could be really fun. Nice seeing Wilson make a bit of a comeback here. Feels like an original take on the superhero genre. Jerry Bruckheimer is producer, so that has to go for it. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Who knows? All right. Speaking of Tom Cruise, coming in September, we got Mission Impossible 7. Just about this. This year, we're going to be seeing Tom Cruise return to not one but two iconic characters: Maverick and Top Gun Maverick, and Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 7. Just wrap your heads around that. I mean, two of his most iconic characters are returning this year. And it's insane to believe that I believe Tom Cruise's last movie was the last Mission Impossible movie that premiered back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a while since Tom Cruise even been on screen. What kind of crazy stunts Tom Cruise is going to have in this is beyond me. I mean, we do get some new additions like Haley Atwell is supposed to be in this. Rumor has it that Henry Cavill could be popping up, but that's just a rumor. Simon Pegg is coming back, Ving Rhames. So I'm guessing not Alec Baldwin. He died in the last one. So, and I'm looking for a check this one out because I do like the Mission Impossible franchise. And if you look at it, it is pretty much Paramount's Fast and Furious. If you really think of it, so hopefully it'll be decent. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Not anything in October so far. But coming out in November. Still not sure if this is even coming out this year because they haven't really cast anything like anyone or anything like that. We do got an untitled Bee Gees biopic, which is of course about the Bee Gees, which is of course the trio worldwide sells more than 220 million records, established them as one of the greatest best-selling groups of all time. Of course, they did iconic music like "Stay Alive" from Saturday Night Fever. So. And of course, this movie is directed by Kenneth Branagh, coming off of his award buzz movie Belfast. His next movie is definitely not, but after that was like Bee Gees is the next. It's kind of weird that we haven't heard any casting news. I don't know. Maybe he's too busy with his Oscar campaign for Definitely Not. Oh, Definitely Not. Yeah, that's not getting any Oscar love. For Belfast, I meant to say. So. I don't know. Maybe after the Oscar campaign winds down, I'm guessing. I mean, this is not going to be a billion-dollar film. So, I mean, he could shoot this thing in February or even March, and it could get released in November or even December. So, we'll see. But I'm still curious to see who they can get to play the Bee Gees. I mean, if you guys have not seen the HBO documentary, that is a really intriguing one. So, seeing like a biopic about these iconic bands should be, and seeing Kevin Branagh being the one to bring the story to screen. Could be cool. I mean, 2022 is going to be a cool year for music biopics. I mean, we got music biopics. Now, other films coming out. Now, in November, we're supposed to be getting Spellbound, which is actually still Paramount, but it's actually going straight to Apple. It is actually from Skydance, and it's directed by Vicky Jensen, who did Damien Chazelle. Here's what it's about. Set in Hollywood during the transition from silent film to talkies, focusing on a mixture of historical and fictional characters. Now, the cast in this is insane. Let me put the all right. Let me put this here. The cast includes the likes of Margot Robbie, who's supposed to be playing like a famous. Is she supposed to be playing like a very famous silent film star? Let me pull up who she's going to be portraying. Yeah, Mark Robbie is actually supposed to be playing Clara Bow, who was actually like a famous silent film star who was in the movie Wings, which was actually the first ever film to win the Oscar. Anyway, other cast members includes Brad Pitt, Catherine Waterston, Samara Weaving, Giovanna Depot, Tobey Maguire is in this. Nice to see Tobey Maguire making a few comebacks here. PJ Byrne, Jeff Garland. That's if they don't add him out. Gene Smart. I mean, you got some really cool cast members in this. I love movies about old Hollywood, and this doesn't say if it's based on a true story or anything like that. But I feel like this could easily become. It could be two things. It could easily be Damon Chazelle's version of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or it could be his version of Meg. Either way, but I don't know. This could be really intriguing to watch. So hopefully it'll be decent. All right, now other Paramount films out. Now there are other Paramount movies coming out this year, but they just don't have release dates yet. And who knows if they're going to theaters or even straight to Paramount Plus or even streaming. That had to be waiting to see. But the first up is, of course, Orphan First Kill. Now, this is actually a follow-up to 2009's film Orphan. Now, here's what the sequel is supposed to be about. Lena Clamors a brilliant escape from an Estovian psychiatric facility and travels to America by impersonating the missing daughter of a wealthy family. But Lena's new life after this effort comes with unexpected wrinkles and puts her against a mother who will protect her family at any cost. Now one thing that has to go from it is directed by William Brent Bell version. So we'll have to wait to see how this thing turns out. All right. We also got a movie called Something Wrong with Rose. This is coming to Paramount Plus or anything, but it's supposed to be coming to theaters, really. Let me put what this film's about. All right. In Something's Wrong with Rose, which stars Kyle Gallner, who again, as well as Rob Morgan and Judy Reyes. Now, here's what this is about. After terrifying occurrences that she can see and sued by a malevolent supernatural force. Sounds like it could be really intriguing. I like Cal Penn, so I don't know, maybe it could be interesting to watch. All right, now also coming to Paramount Plus, we got The In Between, which is a film that's supposed to star Joey King, who's been on a roll lately, by the way. Between The Kissing Booth, the action was great in. Now, here's what The In-Between is about. After surviving a car accident that took the life of her boyfriend, a teen girl believes he's attempting to reconnect with her from the afterworld. That sounds cool. I mean, we've seen like these type of movies before, but I don't know. Maybe this could be interesting to watch. Is all that is going straight to Paramount Plus instead of theaters. That's a little worrisome, but we'll see how this thing turns out. All right. Now, also coming to Apple, but the movie is still technically going to be released by Paramount. It's supposed to be made by Paramount. And that is Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon. If I have to guess, it's probably going to be released directly by Paramount and will release Apple, I'm guessing. But this is, of course, Killers of the Flower Moon is directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jesse Plemons, Brendan Fraser, and it's in my top 5 anticipated movies next year. Just that cast alone sells it. It's Martin Scorsese after all. I mean, despite his Marvel comments and all that, Marvel's not cinema, etc. Okay, I still love his work. I mean, from Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, the guy is always so iconic. Now, here's what the film's about. It depicts the serial murders of the oil wealthy Osage Nation in 1920s Oklahoma, a string of brutal crimes that came to be known as the Reign of Terror. I mean, DiCaprio, De Niro, Fraser, what a cast right here. So sign me up with this film. All right. Now, another film that's been released by Paramount, but it's actually going to Netflix. It's going to Netflix and not Paramount Plus. Huh? Because Paramount Plus can't get everything, I guess. It's a film called Senior Year, which stars Rebel Wilson, Justin Hartley, Sam Richardson, Chris Parnell. His Paramount Plus can't get everything, I guess. It's a film called Senior Year, which stars Rebel Wilson, Justin Hartley, Sam Richardson, Chris Parnell, Alicia Silverstone. It's a 20-year coma and returns to high school to try to regain her status and claim the prom queen crown that eluded her. It's really like I quite like Rebel Wilson, so I'll watch it because she's in right away to see how that thing turns out. All right. Another anime post Country Apple, but it's being released by Paramount. Is a movie called Luck, which is an anime film that features the voices of James Goldberg. It's directed by Peggy Holmes, and here's what it's about: the unluckiest girl in the world, who, after stumbling upon the never-before-seen world of good and bad luck, must join together with a magical creature to uncover a force more powerful than even luck herself. I mean, between this and Spellbound, both movies are being released by Skydance, and they're both still at Paramount Films, but they're actually going to be going to Apple rather than theirs. I don't know. This could be possibly interesting. It does sound cute and charming. We'll see how that one turns out. Now, another film coming to Paramount Plus is Jerry and Marge Go Large, which actually stars Bryan Cranston, Annette Bening, Rainn Wilson, Larry Wilmore, and to a remarkable true story of how retiree Jerry Selby, played by Bryan Cranston, discovers a mathematical loophole in the Massachusetts lottery, and with the help of his wife Marge, played by Bening, wins $27 million and uses the money to